Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince is a 2009 fantasy film directed by David Yates and distributed by Warner Brothers Pictures. It is based on the J.K. Rowling's 2005 novel of the same name. The film, which is the sixth installment in the Harry Potter film series, was written by Steve Kloves and produced by David Heyman and David Barron. It stars Daniel Radcliffe as Harry Potter alongside Rupert Grint and Emma Watson as Harry's best friends, Ron Weasley and Hermione Granger, respectively. The story follows Harry's sixth year at Hogwarts and has received a mysterious textbook, falls in love and attempts to retrieve a memory that holds the key to Lord Voldemort's downfall. The film is a sequel to Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix 2007 and was followed by Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, Part 1, in 2010. Filming began on the 24th of September 2007, leading to the film's worldwide cinematic release on the 15th of July 2009. With an estimated budget of $250 million, it is one of the most expensive films ever made, and the most expensive film in the Harry Potter film series. Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince premiered in London on the 7th of July 2009 and was released theatrically worldwide on the 15th of July. The film was simultaneously released in regular cinemas and IMAX 3D everywhere, except in North America, where its IMAX release was delayed for 2 weeks. The film was a major commercial success, breaking the record for the biggest single-day worldwide gross, and in 5 days the film made $394 million, breaking the record for the highest 5-day worldwide gross. With a total gross of $934 million, it became the 8th highest grossing film of all time, and 2009's second highest grossing film behind Avatar. It is the 5th highest grossing film in the franchise. The film received positive reviews, with praise for performances, Bruno de Belloni's cinematography, Nicholas Hooper's musical score, and the story. The film was nominated at the 82nd Academy Awards for Best Cinematography and the 63rd British Academy Film Awards for Best Visual Effects and Best Production Design. The returning cast members included now Bonnie Wright as Ginny Weasley, Ron's sister, and Harry's now girlfriend. Helena Bonham Carter as Bellatrix Lestrange, one of Voldemort's principal Death Eaters and Draco Malfoy's aunt. Robbie Coltrane as Rubus Hagrid, the Hogwarts gamekeeper and care of magical creatures and teacher at Hogwarts. Warwick Davies as Professor Flitwick, the Charms Master and head of Ravenclaw. Tom Felton as Draco Malfoy, Harry's rival and recipient of Voldemort's secret mission. Michael Gambon returns as Albus Dumbledore, the headmaster of Hogwarts. Alan Rickman as Severus Snape, the former potions master and current Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher and head of Slytherin. Maggie Smith as Professor McGonagall, the Hogwarts Transfiguration teacher, deputy headmistress, and the head of Gryffindor. Timothy Spall as Peter Pettigrew, the Death Eater who betrayed Harry's parents to Voldemort. Pettigrew has no lines in this film, but appears as a servant of Snape's house. David Thewellis as Remus Lupin, a member of the Order of the Phoenix and Harry's ex-Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher, and Julie Walters as Molly Weasley, the Weasley matriarch and the mother figure to Harry. New cast members included Jim Broadbent as Horace Slughorn, the newly appointed potions master who had previously held the position before Severus Snape. Of course, there was also Helen McCrory, who appears as Narcissia Malfoy, Draco's mother and younger sister of Bellatrix. McCrory was originally cast as Bellatrix in Order of the Phoenix, but had to drop out due to pregnancy. Naomi Watts was previously reported to having accepted the role, only for it to be denied by her agency. Bill Nighy expressed interest in appearing in this film. Yates confirmed that Nighy would be in the first choice for the role of Minister of Magic, Rufus Scrimgeour. Scrimgeour's character was ultimately cut from the film, but Nighy would appear in this role in Deathly Hallows. Christian Coulson, who played the young Tom Riddle in the Chamber of Secrets, expressed interest in returning for the role in flashback sequences, but Yates responded that Coulson would be too old, as he was nearing the age of 30, to play the role. Jane B. Campbell Bower, who appeared in Sweeney Todd, the Demon Barber of Fleet Street, previously noted that he had his fingers crossed that he would be cast as young Riddle. Bower, however, was later cast as teenage Gellert Grindelwald in the Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1. Riddle would be played by Hero Fiennes Tiffin as a child, nephew of Ralph Fiennes, and Frank Delane as a teenager. Now, David Yates returned to direct this film. This was the first time a Harry Potter film had been directed by the same director since Chris Columbus after The Philosopher's Stone and The Chamber of Secrets. Many directors had expressed interest in taking the helm. Alfonso Cuarón, director of the third film, stated that he would love the opportunity to return. Goblet of Fire director Mike Newell declined the spot to direct the fifth film and was not approached for this film. Guillermo del Toro turned down the choice to direct the film in order to direct Hellboy 2: The Golden Army. Terry Gilliam was Rowling's personal choice to direct Philosopher's Stone, and when asked whether he would consider directing the later film, Gilliam said Warner Brothers had their chance the first time around, and they blew it. Now let's discuss the differences between the film and the novel. While at the middle of the series at length, the film Half-Blood Prince did add or change events in the literary canon. The book begins with a scene involving the Muggle Prime Minister. Yates and his crew debated over the scene, as well as the character of Rufus Scrimgeour, but gave up the beginning of the movie to events described but not seen in the book. Yates thought it would give the audience a feel for what the Death Eaters were doing if they showed the collapse of the Millennium Bridge rather than simply describe it, as was done in the Brockdale Bridge in the book. As with the Goblet of Fire, the Dursleys were cut, which Steve Kloves did break the pattern. Further background of Tom Riddle was removed, such as the Gaunts, because they felt it more important to concentrate on Riddle as a young boy, and an additional action scene at the Burrow was added to keep with the tone of the franchise. Yates felt that they needed an injection of jeopardy and danger, and that without it there was too much comedy and lightness. A small battle scene at Hogwarts, which happened during the end of the book, was also cut. Heyman commented that it was removed to avoid repetition, with the forthcoming adaptation of the Battle of Hogwarts in the Deathly Hallows to follow. Dumbledore's funeral was removed as it was believed that it did not fit within the rest of the film. Now, as a film, I found The Half-Blood Prince dark, thrilling, and occasionally quite funny. Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince is also visually stunning and emotionally satisfying. And I particularly enjoyed the performances here of Sir Michael Gambon as Dumbledore, as I found how he really found his feet in the character. Once again, it goes without saying, Alan Rickman is absolutely superb as Severus Snape, and once again I feel Daniel Radcliffe is excellent as Harry Potter, albeit that he wasn't proud of his performance. Radcliffe was so critical of his own performance in the film, stating in an interview in 2014 that he was just not very good in it, and he called it hard to watch. For me, though, the film is a tour de force that combines style and substance, special effects and heart, and most importantly, great performances from all the actors, young and old. It's very well made, less fanciful than the previous entries, and of course, like I said, Rickman is absolutely mesmerizing here as Snape, but then again, so is Helena Bonham Carter, and Jed Broadbent is very good as the grand eccentric old professor. There were times in the first half I found it a bit jerky and explosive, but the second half found its footing much better. It can drag at a 153-minute runtime, but it never really felt too long, thanks in small part to the astonishing visual effects and, like I said, stunning performances. This for me is one of the better looking Harry Potter films, and I found the Quidditch match particularly stunning, as well as the finale. For me though, I feel you have to really understand the Harry Potter universe, and probably as a non-reader of the books, you might find this sometimes incomprehensible and a little tedious. If you are a fan though, this film will really speak to you, as it is one of the most emotional in the whole series. J.K. Rowling even spoke of the film as one of her favourites in all of the adaptations. The Dumbledore death sequence will always stay with me for a long time, and I found this particular scene incredibly emotional. Half-Blood Prince is a must-see if you're a Harry Potter fan, and therefore it gets an 8 out of 10.